Okay, deep breath in. And out. Thanks for letting me rearrange my hours so I could go back to school.
Thank you for inspiring me every single day.
Thank you for telling me you can do this over and over.
Thank you for taking care of Devin while I studied.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks for not letting me quit, Grandma. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
To my wife and kids.
To my daughter.
To Grandma.
I'd like to thank my advisors and instructors for encouraging me all the way.
Thank you.
Thanks to your support, now I can say I am a Phoenix.
I am a Phoenix.
I am a Phoenix.
Well, take a look at all of you. My goodness. Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Mark Booker, Vice Provost of Strategy for the University of Phoenix, and it is my honor to stand before you as we gather here to celebrate your remarkable achievements. This moment marks the beginning of new chapters filled with exciting opportunities for all of you. It's also now my distinct honor to introduce you to someone who has been a cornerstone of our academic excellence at the University of Phoenix. He's our esteemed Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. John Woods. Dr. Woods has been an unwavering advocate for academic integrity, innovation, and the success of our students. His leadership ensures that our programs remain rigorous and responsive to higher education's evolving demands for working adults today. Our academic community has thrived because of him, and countless numbers of students have been empowered to reach their fullest potential as you have been today. So with that, please join me in welcoming to the stage Dr. John Woods, our Provost and Chief Academic Officer.
Wow, look at this group. I'm told the group's a little bit more enthusiastic than the morning crew. Is that true? All right, we'll see. You'll be graded for your participation. Thank you again, and once again, congratulations to our graduates. It's wonderful to be here today, and I want to extend a special thank you to all of your friends, family, and loved ones who joined us from all over the country, as well as those who might be joining us watching the live stream virtually. In fact, today, I'm told we have graduates joining us from all 50 states and 7 countries. But before we go any further, I'd like to ask everyone to please stand, if not already, for the presentation of the colors being done today by the University of Central Florida Police Department, as well as our national anthem sung today by Jimmy Tai.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, those broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated, and thank you, Jimmy. First, let us now reflect upon a special group of people and recognize them today, the men and women who put themselves in harm's way as members of the United States military. We salute our active military, our National Guard, reserves, veterans, and their families with over 276,100 military-affiliated graduates and over 13,000 currently military-affiliated students. Our ties to the military community run deep. Currently, 165 members of our faculty are also military affiliated. Could we have all of our military veterans, active duty personnel in the audience among our graduates, administration, as well as our faculty today? Please stand so we may recognize you for so valiantly protecting our country. Thank you. Our commencement exercises are always special. They're special because of you, our graduates, your grit, your determination, your persistence. That's what makes this special. Before I go any further, I want to pause here and congratulate all of our graduates seated on the floor before me. Audience members, let's give them a big round of applause. It gives me great pleasure to be here today to lead these proceedings. I'm always amazed by our graduates, and I know many of the stories of our graduates. I have a very good sense of the twists and the turns on the road you all experienced getting here, and I can actually see it written on your faces. And we are honored to celebrate your accomplishments. Graduates, today is truly a great day, and my first message to you is that I really want you to soak this day in, relish it, remember this moment, remember the atmosphere, because you've earned it. I want it to stick with you for a long, long time. And let me say that what you've done as graduates to get to this point today is truly remarkable for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to touch on some of them today. The first one I think that's worth emphasizing is that you are adult learners. Adult learners. In the 1970s, when we were founded, Dr. Sperling had this, at the time, interesting idea. before anyone else did, that he would create a college that was different, a non-traditional college for students who were being mostly excluded in American higher education, working adults. At that time, not many people agreed with him, but he was a maverick and had a lot of grit and determination, persistence like many of you. Fortunately, he pursued his dream and created the University of Phoenix. And while even Dr. Sperling was creating this dream of a university built around your needs and your preferences, such as taking one course at a time so that you could focus on one subject, faculty who are working professionals in their fields, services that were offered around the clock, start dates several times around the calendar each year so that you could get started when you wanted, take breaks when you wanted, get back in when you wanted, and not have to wait several months to do so. These were all the design principles of the University of Phoenix, built around you, working adults. But even though he built this university in these ways for you, what you've done is by no means easy, not at all. Because what you've done to get here to this day today is balance not only school, which we talked about, but working, caregiving, and countless other commitments along with school. What you've done is amazing, and you should all be very, very proud of yourselves. You've balanced all that I just mentioned while making assignment deadlines, posting to discussion boards, and even getting your learning team projects completed. You did all of that to get here to this day. You've made it. Some of you even found time to become involved in one of our many recognized student organizations, things like Delta Mu Delta or the National Society for Leadership and Success. How many of those organizations resonate with folks here today? Our national organization, our Society for Leadership and Success, we're one of the largest chapters in the country. For being able to balance all of that, and some of you even more, you deserve a huge hand. So audience members, let's celebrate them again right now. As a graduating class, another remarkable thing about you is that close to 60% of you are first-generation college students. A very big deal. It could mean that you might not have had a role model who influenced you to go to college, or helped you to understand what it would be like if you went to college, or what you might need to be doing to be successful once in college. Myself, I was also a first-generation college student, and I'd like for our audience members to give our first-gen students a big hand for this accomplishment today. Now, I looked at the statistics of our graduates generally, our graduates in the graduating class today, and there are some other things that stand out for me. First, back to first-generation college students for a second. First-generation college students graduate at significantly lower levels than non-first-generation college students in this country, as do some other characteristics of students in this country. For instance, students with dependents, single parents, and students who work full-time while attending college. These are characteristics that all show graduation rates lower than the average in this country. How many of you possess any of those traits? How many of you possess multiple of those traits? Well, you might be interested to know that the graduation rate statistics nationally for folks who possess those traits are as follows. 43% for first-generation students, 26% for those over the age of 25, and 19% for single parents. If you think about it, only 19% of folks attending college in this country who are single parents finish. Pretty stunning. Even more compelling, for those of you who are first-generation college students graduating today, are the statistics that tell us that you have increased the chances that if you have kids today or one day in the future, that they will complete college. In fact, by about 50%. Because of your hard work, your sacrifice, your accomplishments, your grit, your determination, you're not only a graduate today, but you are potentially influencing someone in the future, someone very important to you, someone who might look up to you as an example to one day be a graduate of college also. You've increased the chances of that happening dramatically, 50%. Completing college can not only change the trajectory of your life, but the trajectory of your family's life, of generations of lives yet to come. Now let me reflect a little bit on the learning experiences themselves while you've been here at the University of Phoenix. You've learned, and we like to say you've earned, skills. Those are achievements that you should now be able to talk about with some specificity to a boss or a prospective boss, those of you looking to aim higher. Many of you, because of the skills you have learned, have earned groups of skills. We call them badges. How many have earned a badge during their time at the University of Phoenix? Digital badges that can help you tell the story of what specifically you have learned. You should make sure to share those groups of skills, those badges, to your resumes, to your profiles on LinkedIn or ZipRecruiter or what have you, to communicate with employers and prospective employers in a language they understand. Skills. Make it known that you have skills that you're ready to put to work. And you've likely heard employers talk about skills, talk about their future of moving to skills-based hiring. We all probably heard that phrase in recent years. University of Phoenix is a leading institution in this country in terms of skills-based learning. You see the match? You are ready to compete in the workforce. And at University of Phoenix, you've not only earned skills, you've earned those skills from people who now have or maybe in the past have had and had these jobs that you yourself aspire to one day in the future. You might have been able to see your future self in our faculty. And that's because our practitioner faculty have on average 29 years of work experience in the fields in which they teach. Our faculty are experienced not only as teachers, not only as mentors, not only as faculty, but also as practitioners in their respective fields. They hold positions such as CEOs and chiefs of police, district attorneys, chief nursing officers, CIOs. They're an impressive lot. Let's take a second now. Some of them are seated on the stage here. Let's take a second now to thank our faculty for being your role models as well as your instructors here at the University of Phoenix. I just have a couple quick thoughts I have for you as we move to the ceremonial awarding of degrees. The first of these is, I really want you to keep in touch with the University of Phoenix. I want you to see yourself as a Phoenix moving forward and looking to us to keep in touch in different ways, including for career support. Maybe attending our alumni events, which are fun and held across the whole country. Keep your eyes open for those. Maybe becoming involved in an alumni chapter in one of our cities across the country. Maybe continuing your education. How many here have continued their education and have arrived here today to get a subsequent degree from the University of Phoenix? You've already got one or two. Also, keep in mind the power of a large and strong network. As a Phoenix alum, you become part of a group of 1.3 million graduates. You become part of a group, hopefully, who follow us on LinkedIn that is also well over 1 million folks. I heard we have well over 1 million followers on TikTok. Can you believe that? Connect with us on these places, to keep in touch with us, to know what's happening at the University of Phoenix. Look for us to help you with career support for life. We mean that. Second, if you are ever in a position to hire somebody, many of you already are, some of you will be in the future, consider hiring a Phoenix. Let me tell you why. Well, you're sitting here with the grit, the determination, the dedication, the focus, the sacrifice. Wouldn't you all want to have people working for you who had those traits and characteristics? So give somebody who is a Phoenix a shot if you're ever in a position to hire, and I'm betting you won't be disappointed. Finally, today, I think it's important for all of us to recognize and thank the folks who are here to support you along the way, many of them seated here, and again, several maybe watching at home. These are family members who might have helped you along the way by caring for your kids, maybe cooked you a meal while you worked on your school projects. Maybe they were friends who were supportive along the way and told you how proud they were of what you were doing. Maybe there were classmates who worked alongside you, maybe even challenged you to do more. They helped you evolve in many, many ways, this group of people, from being University of Phoenix students to where you are today as a University of Phoenix graduate. So let's take a minute as part of your celebration to thank these people, both here and at home, for all the support they gave you. It's been an honor to speak with you today, just as it is an honor for me to serve in this role every day as provost. I am immensely proud of you. Again, I want you to remember how this day made you feel, and as you move forward, remember that the journey, while reaching this great, important moment today, really shouldn't end today. It should just be beginning. The world is waiting for you with the skills you have, the credential you've earned, and I have no doubt you will make a great impact with what you've achieved. Congratulations, class of 2025. We're so proud of you, and we can't wait to see what you accomplish. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I would ask that our candidates for master's degrees please come forward. Let's get ready to cheer on our master's degree recipients.
Robin Smith. Renata Yamiskal Albaran Rogers.
Monica N. Dorsey. Yasmin T. Dees. Cassandra M. Pineda. Justice Rustworm. Seth Garfield. Tuan M. Tran. Kelly James Hood.
Ulrich D. Jackson.
Wesley E. Hempstead.
Allison R. Wicks.
Will all of our master's degree candidates please stand? Under the authority of the laws of this state, upon approval of the Board of Trustees of the university, and at the recommendation of our faculty, I hereby confer upon each of you, at the completion of the respective academic degree for which you have been recommended, a master's degree from the University of Phoenix. Congratulations. You may now be seated. And now, could all of our graduates please stand? All graduates. Graduates, this is the moment you've been waiting for. You may now move the tassel to the left side of your cap as a symbol of your graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to present to you the University of Phoenix graduating class of 2025. Let's hear it. And now, graduates, as the ceremony concludes, please wait for our marshals to dismiss you row by row. You'll get your alumni gift as you leave and recess from the arena. You can also meet your friends and family outside to celebrate your huge accomplishments. Thank you, and congratulations again to all of our graduates. Go out and celebrate. But also, let's get back to work on Monday, continuing to do great things. Congratulations, graduates.